the black probe on the source and the red probe on the drain, we have offline. The MOSFET go back to blocking mode. This step basically means the MOSFET is good 100%. Please attention, those MOSFETs are the most used MOSFETs in electronics because it handles a high current with low resistance. Today I'll show you how to test it on the board and outside the board using the multimeter. So guys, welcome to the episode number 36, where I'm going to teach you step by step one of the most important electronic components that you will find everywhere, the IRFB3607 MOSFET. Stick with me because learning this skill could save you hours of guesswork and a lot of money. By the way, if you want to go even deeper into electronics repair, join me on my Patreon page where I share exclusive lessons and free schematic downloads that you won't find anywhere else. And please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. So let's begin with the theory part. So this kind of MOSFETs are N-channel power MOSFET. You will usually find it in power supplies, inverters, battery charger, motor control circuits, smart wheel, and many other electronic components. It works as a super fast electronic switch. So let's break down this code above it. So IR means International Rectifier, and these numbers here are date codes used by the factory to identify the production lot and quality control details. And of course they are not critical for repair, but they confirm the authenticity of the MOSFET. So let's see its working principle and then move on directly to how to test it. So a MOSFET like this one basically has a 3 pins or terminals: gate, drain and source. When a small voltage applied to the gate, it allows a much larger current to flow between drain and source. That's why they are used in switching high power with tiny control signals. Very efficient compared to regular MOSFETs and transistors. So now let's move on to the most important question: how to test this kind of N-channel MOSFET, IRFB3607. So please remember that the first step is to identify the pins or terminals. So the left one here, this is the gate. The middle one is the drain and the right pin is the source. Step 2. Put your multimeter to the diode mode. Of course, we gonna test this MOSFET outside the board and then test those on the board and observe the difference. So we're gonna place the red probe on the source, the black probe on the drain. We get about 300. In some multimeter you can get 0.3 drop voltage. But if I swap the probes, means the black probe on the source, the red probe on the drain, we should see no conduction, offline. This is the step number 2. By passing the step number 2, the MOSFET is good about 50%, but we need also to move on to step number 3 to confirm that the MOSFET is serviceable 100%. So please remember, here this is the gate, drain and source, okay? So in this step, basically with the multimeter in the diode mode, I'm going to touch the gate of the MOSFET with the red probe while holding the black probe on the source. This will charge the gate slightly. So let's do it. So the black probe on the source like this, and let's touch the gate. Now I charge the gate slightly. Now the MOSFET is charged. So now if we check between drain and source, do you see? We get a reading. In both sides, even if we swap the probes, we will get a reading. As you can see, we have reading here, and if I swap the probes, also I get a reading. Means conduction, because the MOSFET is turned on. But once I discharge the MOSFET by connecting the source to the gate, and now if we check again, the black probe on the source and the red probe on the drain, we have offline. The MOSFET go back to blocking mode. This step basically means the MOSFET is good 100%. And don't worry, I will teach you another step, the last step, step number 4, by selecting the continuity option on the multimeter. And if we test between all pins, we should not get a continuity or a beep. So between gate and drain, no beep. Between gate and source, no beep. And between drain and source, no beep. We have a reading. Also, you can use this test, the continuity mode, to check the serviceability of the MOSFET. But I prefer to use the diode mode and respect the 3 steps. Step number 1, identify the pins. Step number 2, check between drain and source and drain. You have to get a reading in one side, but when you swap the probes, you will get offline. And step number 3, by charging the MOSFET by connecting the red probe to the gate, and then you have to get the reading in both sides. Okay, now let's check the MOSFET on the board. So we will use the same working principle. So the first step is identifying the terminals. Here we have gate, drain, source. So if I put the black probe on the drain, the red probe on the source, we get a reading, the same reading, about 300. This is basically a drop voltage. But if I swap the probes, I should get offline. But let's say I don't get offline. I get a reading after 2 seconds, 3 seconds, I get offline. Why? Because the MOSFET is connected to the board. What about charging the MOSFET by connecting the red probe to the gate like this? Okay, and then check between drain and source. Do you see? We get offline. Even if we charge the MOSFET like this and check between drain and source, we have offline. But if I swap the probes, we have the normal reading, about 300, because this is N-channel MOSFET. That's why, guys, the best way to test this kind of component is by testing it outside the board to get the right values. Now let's see some highlights and tips. Always remove the MOSFET from circuit for accurate testing. If still in circuit, make sure surrounding components don't affect the reading. A MOSFET can fail in 3 ways: short circuit, second, open circuit, third, leaky gate. Hard to detect, causes strange behavior. So please always remove the MOSFET from circuit for accurate testing, and if still in the circuit, make sure surrounding components don't affect the readings. So what about applications? So this kind of MOSFETs, we find it basically in switch mode power supplies, inverters, UPS systems, automotive electronics, high frequency circuits, smartwares, washing machine, refrigerators, and much more. And this basically kind of MOSFET, IRFB3607, is popular in DC to DC converters because it handles a high current with low resistance. That's how you test the IRFB3607 MOSFET with a simple multimeter. If it passes all the steps, you have got a good one ready to go back into a repair. If not, replace it immediately because a faulty MOSFET can burn your whole circuit. So guys, thank you very much. As I told you, if you want to go even deeper into electronics repair, join me on my Patreon page where I share exclusive lessons and free schematic downloads that you won't find anywhere else. Thank you very much, and please don't forget that all videos I made is based on your comment. That's why don't hesitate to comment below, and your comment could be the topic for the next video. Thank you very much, and see you with another component.